afternoon. My name is Afolabi. Can
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you, Afolabi. Please go ahead.
My name is Afolabi. A product manager um, with over 2 years of experience. But my background cuts across administration, research, engineering, and management. I'm an engineer. I studied engineering in school, and I've worked in engineering for like a couple of years before switching to product management. In the time in product management, I've worked on products from ride-hailing apps to food delivery apps to AI tools and even tools that involves the civic part of the society. So when you don't have like a coding stack like developers, I would say my stack is like product management, strategy, collaboration with design and engineering teams, where I use different tools to collaborate with them. And for product management, I use frameworks and tools. So my frameworks for product management are Agile, Scrum, A and B testing, experiment design, MVP development, roadmap, and user journey. And the tools I use to achieve this are basically I use SQL. I use a little bit of Python. I use Excel, Mixpanel, Google Analytics, Tableau, just on the surface to be able to collaborate with my team. I also use tools like Jira, Trello, Nelia, Notion, ClickUp, Figma, GitHub, Loom, Slack, Canva, just for collaboration with my team.
That's very
And
good. Okay, I'm sorry, please go
yeah,
ahead.
for project, okay, for project management, I use tools like I use Microsoft Office suites. I use the Google Workspace, and yeah, that's basically it. These are basically the tools I use for collaboration with design and engineering team. Yeah,
Wow, thank
I would like to pass my intro.
you. That was a very, very elaborate intro. So thank you so much. So you said you're a product manager now for 2 years, but before then you were into engineering. And I know engineering is a lot of technical aspects, a lot of logical work and put into place. So what got you interested in product management? Like why how did you transition into product manager and what was that one thing or should I say two? I don't know, but what was that one keystone that told you and be like, okay, I have to focus over here into product managing and give it all my best.
For me, coming from like a core engineering background where I've worked in research, I've worked in core engineering, I've worked in an oil servicing firm, um, and I've done management also. I realized that I tend to bring more solutions. I tend to function more where I can bring solutions to users directly, where I can communicate and lead by empathy. I was in engineering in the place I was working for. I was like the youngest there, and there was no room for flexibility and change that much. And I didn't feel like that was where I belonged to because um, it was like and it was like I was in a certain experience, people who are analog, and very rigid. And I came with lots of energy and creativity, and there was no room for me to be myself. It was just like they were walking in a waterfall pattern, and I wanted to be flexible. I wanted to be agile. So I have tried my hands in data analytics before, sometimes in 2022, but it wasn't sticky. But the coming products just made everything stay together because as a product manager, I've gone back to learn tools that data analysts use. I've gone to learn tools that designers use. I've gone to learn tools that my developers also use. So the journey so far has been both exciting and challenging. And coming from a traditional management and engineering background, I had to learn quickly on how product management connects the dots between like business goals and user needs, and technology. So one challenge that I faced has been adapting to like the agile process is making sure I balance the technical details between my teams with like the bigger picture of what the product should be. But on the flip side, I've had the privilege of leading teams, shaping product roadmaps, and actually seeing ideas turn into like real products that people can use. So that has been like the most rewarding part for me, watching the impact of something I contributed to.
That's actually very impressive because a lot of people when they come into that
Yeah.
agile methodology, they don't really want to go into something else. They're like, oh, I'm already an engineer. How do I do it? How do I do it? Leading people to become functional in delivering products. How do I understand the product? So for your this question is a question that is very
So can you give me like 30
okay.
seconds?
Oh, okay.
I'll be back shortly.
Sure.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
Okay.
I need to plug my laptop.
Okay. So we are waiting for him. Hope this section has been interesting because it has been interesting for me. I've learned from different people from this section, and today seeing somebody that comes from an engineering background and transitioning into when they transition into tech, you expect them to go for back end engineering or something engineering, but going for a product manager, that's something totally different, and that shows that everybody have different ways of how they see things or different horoscope of where they feel like they belong in tech. So even if you're coming from an engineering background or you're coming from the medical aspect or you're coming from the computer science background, you don't have to like go into back end coding, you don't have to go into front end coding. There are other things you can do. You can become a marketer. For instance, okay, welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so the next question I
Yeah.
have is a question I feel like it's a it's a bit personal, but it's something that would help someone grow in a way. So for your younger self, let me just imagine Afolabi of 5 years before you went into engineering and maybe um, your university journey so far, and you had the privilege of choosing like what will happen? Would you have still gone into engineering, or would you have just immediately scale up and go into product manager, like going to project managing and everything in relation to project management? Or do you have still want to go through the same landmark that you went
I'll say I have no regrets in my journey. Every step of the way is like a lesson for the next phase or stage of where I'm heading to. So someone coming from engineering, it's like it made me curious. It made me believe that there was nothing I couldn't achieve. It made me see life and things in different ways. Like I could literally go study accounting or law tomorrow just from the curiosity that I got from being an engineer. So for my advice of my younger self, I would say like start sooner, you know, start sooner. There's no time to say, oh, I'm waiting until I have so day, or you're waiting on a particular factor to make you start. Start from where you are, start with what you have. Not wait until you feel ready. You learn the most by actually doing, not by actually like waiting upon the time that you feel like you're ready. Because there's no time that you will never be ready. The time that you're ready is the time that you start. So I would also say like be curious, don't be afraid to ask questions. For my um from my role in tech, which is product management, one of the things we do a lot is we ask a lot of questions, and it can be so annoying. But the end goal is to be able to like get clarity and gain clarity from what you want to achieve. So even if you seem like far ahead of you and like ask questions, like no question is too dumb or too foolish to ask. It's just for you to be enlightened. And I'll say also have mentors, have people you look up to, have people that inspire you in your tech field, in what you believe in your values, in religion, holding yourself tight, because the world can be very, very tough and not nice. I used to say something that the world is not nice. The world is real. Like it's going to show you real life. You don't care if you have been reading your book since 1980s. You don't do well. Like there's no magic to it. And one of the things that I will actually learn from being an engineer, and my favorite subject is mathematics. And I used to tell me why do I like maths so much? Because I taught maths for a number of years also. And they used to ask me that why do I love maths? I used to tell them that maths is the only subject where you are writing maths exam, you know that this is what you are written and this is what you are going to get. You cannot write your way out of maths. You cannot write story. If you are doing like a management course or business course, you can always use good words to navigate your way to like to passing. But in maths, there are steps. If you don't pass the first step to the second step to the third step, if you don't get the final answer, you know that you have failed. So that's thing I like about it. And finally, I would say like relationship matters, as much as gaining the knowledge matters, relationship also matters, the people you connect with, people you collaborate with, will shape how you grow just as much as the skills that you pick up. Because you might learn all the skills and you might not know anybody, and you're just there in the job market. The easiest way to get the job now is by referral. So if the people see that you are adding value and you have proper relationships with people, it's going to take you far. So those are the advice I'm giving to my younger self like this.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so actually going to for the advice. So thank you so much for sharing the advice. So coming to almost
Yeah.
to the end of the session, my last question is still based on advice because I believe like advice is the second mother to a child, and I have come to this conception that you don't have to you don't have to go through what somebody went through in order to understand what they like why they have to like do that thing. By hearing the story, you might get an insight of oh this is why this person navigate and try to like follow this roadmap or this journey so far. So my next question is what's your advice to somebody coming into product management? Let me say for instance I've been an accountant for 5 years and I just said, oh today I feel like all my accounting lifestyle I have been productive whenever I have to lead a team or lead a board in order to achieve something in this firm. And I feel like okay, why don't I transition into product management instead of following my accounting journey? What would you tell the person to look out for? What would be your advice
My advice for someone who's coming into my stack
for them?
or from management as it will be first of all check if you have the traits of someone who wants to be a product management. A product management role is a people facing role. You get, are you someone that is shy, that cannot speak in a meeting, that cannot present in a meeting? Maybe you are very anxious or nervous, it makes you face people. It brings out the you that you don't want people to see in your privacy. So are you that kind of person? And are you good with communication? Do you know how to communicate with people? Do you have leadership skills? Those are like the basics first of all. Because when I was learning product management, I realized that I have actually been product management like 2 years earlier in my career. But that was just not the title of the role that I was doing. you know. And the first two modules of the course I took was talking about communication, and it got to a stage I was like, why you have 5 modules and 2 is already communication? Like, when are we going to start the main work? So when I got into like the real work setting, I realized that at the end of the day, it's not about what you know, it's about how you can communicate, with empathy and lead your team of designers and developers to achieve the goal. How you can bring them together, how you can be the level-headed person, when everywhere is burning, how you be the one to hold the hose and quench the fire. So those are like the basics. So also another advice is for someone going into product management or even tech in general, we need to focus on understanding the problems, before you jump into the solution. Don't feel like because you feel like, oh, I think of an idea and I'm just starting to build. Understand the problem you want to solve before you jump into the solution. And that mindset saves you from building things that no one needs, that you are just the only one that's going to be using. And one big lesson I've learned also that anybody can take into their tech career is that collaboration beats individual efforts. Products succeed when like designers, developers, and managers work together with the users in mind. So those are like 4 user groups already, 4 groups of people. So you need to know that people's input. And finally, be patient with yourself. You know, the journey is not a one week, 1 month, or even 1 year sometimes. So be patient with yourself. Knowing from the beginning that this is not a fast lane that you are going. It is a marathon and it is not a sprint. And the little consistent steps you take, they compound into like real expertise over time. So one of my friends told me that he prefers consistency over motivation. Consistency means you are doing work 5 minutes every day for the rest of the year. But motivation, we are waiting for when you feel that spark of dopamine to be able to do everything. So the work is supposed to go 5 minutes every day. We need to do it 4 hours in one sitting. That's consistency. So stick to consistency. Do not stick to motivation because in this tech career, what is going to keep you going is consistency. Just like they're doing now, your video might not be getting the amount of views you're getting, but one video will get you that spark, and people that look at that video will go back to the other videos they have